welcome to our meet and greet. Thank you for joining us today for our last one of the 2022 calendar year. It's been such a pleasure to have so many great speakers join us this year and focus on young children priority one. And tonight is no exception. We'll be working tonight with Danielle hearing about child safety. So thank you all for joining. For those of you that are new to our meet and greet calls, this is a 30-minute virtual Zoom call that's held every month at 6:30 to 7. We have a guest speaker come in, they speak, we have some time for Q&As, and then we leave at 7. If you ever miss or want to go back to our call, these are available on our YouTube channel and our social media platforms. So please, if you ever miss anything, or maybe you want to share something or tips, you can always come back and see them there. So tonight we are really excited to have Jessica's partner, Danielle, with us. She's going to be speaking regarding Safe Kids in Northeast Florida and some of the state programs. I feel very, very fortunate. She just spoke at my club here in Jacksonville Beaches a few weeks ago. So without any further delay, I'm going to pass over our invisible mic to Danielle to have her start tonight's call.
Thank you so much, and I will happily accept that invisible mic. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint, but first I just wanted to introduce myself. So thank you again for the introduction, but again, I am Danielle Carlino. I work with Safe Kids Northeast Florida at the Player Center for Child Health, led by Wolfson Children's Hospital. We are the advocacy branch of the center. So what we do is we focus on keeping kids out of the hospital through by any means possible. So that is through injury prevention. Unintentional injuries are the leading cause of death for kids 0 to 19 years of age. So we are really focused on keeping children out of the walls of the hospital through those injury prevention techniques. So we have a lot of different categories that we educate on, and we educate a variety of different people. So our day kind of varies, it differs every single day. Sometimes we could be in the school system talking to middle schoolers about over-the-counter medications and the dangers associated with them. And the next day we could be talking to a high-risk population about safe sleep. So we cover a variety of topics. Medication safety, safe sleep, bike pedestrian, water safety, and I'll go over a lot of these topics as well. I do have a PowerPoint to share, so I'm going to attempt to share that now, but tech is always wishy-washy sometimes. So let me share that. And I do have a little video clip, so I'm hoping that works. All right. So this is just our logo. I do like to share this out. This is what's on all of our promotional materials. And then of course in here, we are Safe Kids Worldwide. Safe Kids Northeast Florida is the local branch of Safe Kids Worldwide. Again, preventable injuries are the #1 killer of children in the United States, and our mission is to prevent childhood injuries. So here at Safe Kids Northeast Florida at the Player Center for Child Health, we serve Baker, Clay, Duval, Nassau, Putnam, and St. Johns County. And we really try to make an effort to go to each one of these counties and do some of these events so that we get outreach in every single county. I'm going to play this short video talking a little bit about our mission. Please, somebody stop me if you can't hear it.
It's one of the coolest things about kids, the unknown, the potential, the chance to do or become whatever they can imagine. But what if something happens during childhood that stops them from reaching that potential? Did you know that preventable injuries are the #1 killer of children in the United States? And around the world, 1 child dies from a preventable injury every 30 seconds. But the important thing to remember about preventable injuries is that they're preventable. We can do something to stop them. Things to make sure kids get the chance to be creative and play. The chance to take chances and explore. The chance to fall down and get back up. Help us give your kid, and every kid, the chance to grow up, reach their potential, and become whatever they can imagine. Learn how at safekids.org.
I do love that video. I think it puts it into such perspective to be able to see the variety of things that we do and how we keep kids safe in a variety of different settings. So one of the things you could see in the video was child passenger safety. That is a huge, huge part of our program. We have an extensive car seat hospital and community-based program. And so we do car seat checks throughout the month. We have about 3 offerings in person. We also have virtual offerings as well as a low-cost distribution workshop. So each of those kind of entail a car seat technician walking you through the process and making sure your car seat is installed properly in your vehicle. There are many, many times where we see car seats improperly installed, and that can potentially be the difference between a fatal and non-fatal accident. So we can see here, our trained technicians are going to teach you how to make sure it's fitted and installed correctly during a one-on-one appointment, virtually or in person. And we do that actually downtown in San Marco, the first and third Tuesday of every month. And again, these are completely free community car seat checks. So all they have to do is get our number, give us a call. We ask them a little bit about their seat, the child that they have the car seat for, and their vehicle. And then from there, we really just wait to see them in person at the appointment. And I became a technician about 2 years ago, and I really have enjoyed it. It's great getting that one-on-one time with the families in the community, and making sure that those kids are riding safely in the vehicle is so important. Of course, we also offer workshops for discounted car seats. So some of our at-risk population and low socioeconomic status, we offer a low-cost car seat. They're about $25 per car seat per child. And after attending a virtual workshop, which is about 45 minutes or so, we do those about twice a month, completely virtual. They can pay and pick up for their car seat. So our numbers down there, if you know of any groups that have any car seat needs or just want some information on general child passenger safety, please give us a call. And of course, if any families want to check if their car seat is installed properly, they can give us a call as well. Appointments are required. So we highly encourage you to give us a call and schedule that. We also talk about heat stroke prevention. We are unfortunately up to 29 heat stroke deaths this year so far, which is a pretty high number considering our trajectory. We set reminders. That's really important. I love this informational card that we give out at most events. It talks about never leaving your child alone in a hot car, even if it's just for a second, even if you're just going inside the store to grab milk and coming back out. Those few seconds, your car can heat up 20 degrees in 10 minutes, especially when that Florida sun, it can get so hot. So make sure your car doors and trunks are locked and keep those key fobs out of reach. A lot of times we see the kids that are, dying in these heat stroke deaths that actually re-entered the vehicle once it had already been left. And then once they get inside, if it locks, they can't make their way out. So that's something to be aware of as well. Creating reminders. So placing your phone, anything in the back seat, even some parents put a shoe back there to make sure they go back and check, to make sure they know to check the back seat for their child if there is a child in the car. And then, of course, if you do see a child in the vehicle in a hot car, you can call 911. So then we also talk about golf cart and ATV safety as well. We have a record number. I'm actually from New Jersey originally. So I was shocked at the record number of golf cart communities and communities that are on golf courses. And we do some golf cart safety education as well as ATV safety. And we have tip sheets for all of these. So if one of these injury prevention areas strikes an interest with you, please let me know and I can get you some more of those materials. All right. Now, we also have an extensive water safety program. Drowning is the leading cause of injury-related death among children 1 and 4 years old. And it's the third leading cause of unintentional injury-related death among children under 19. So we actually give out a brochure called The 5 Truths of Childhood Drowning. It goes over making sure your pool or any body of water that you have in your backyard is gated as much as possible. If you have a pool, that 4-foot self-latching, self-closing gate is vital. And then, of course, water watcher tags. So we can give out water watcher tags at certain events. So basically, any adult that's wearing that water watcher tag is signifying that they're taking a shift to watch the kids in the water, whether that's at the beach, at a pool party, anything like that. They're taking a shift, an undistracted shift, of course, to watch the kids. And that way you know that somebody is watching them and there is no lapse of supervision, because active supervision is the most important thing that you can have for any type of safety. Anything we talk about today, active supervision is key. So, of course, we can provide those water watcher tags too. I love educating on those around the summer and the springtime. although pretty much all year round is swimming weather. My parents went to the beach today, and it's December, which is Florida, so it's so odd to me, but it's so hot still. So we also have a fire safety kind of Department of Education as well. So we partnered with Jacksonville Fire Rescue Department to provide and install free smoke detectors for any qualifying Jacksonville resident. And they will also install replacement batteries in existing smoke detectors at no charge. So you can call that 630-CITY number if you are interested in that program. And these are some more educational materials we give out. We talk extensively about cooking safety, keeping those really hot burners, anything on those hot burners, to the back as much as possible to avoid any tip overs. We also tend to see parents that are holding their baby that reach into the microwave and actually pull something out that's too hot, and it can accidentally cause like a burn or scald. So that's another kind of thing we educate on as well. And we have a lot of information regarding that. Home safety is kind of encompassing a ton of different things. We obviously have falls. 2,200 children die each year from an injury in the home, and 3.5 million go to the ED for kinds of injuries that commonly happen in the home. So that's falls, drowning. Button battery ingestions have been on the rise quite a bit. And as we get into the holidays, I love to make people more aware of button batteries. They are those tiny little coin-size lithium batteries that are in a lot of household objects. So that can be like little key fobs or those flameless candles, things you don't really think about. If they're ingested, they could cause burns in the esophagus in under an hour. So very important to be aware of. We have medication safety, dog bite prevention, and then TV and furniture tip overs. We really heavily hit on that around Super Bowl time when a lot of families are around the TV. So very, very important information there. And then, of course, encouraging all parents to have CPR certification, because you never know when that comes in handy. Now, safe sleep, we offer safe sleep classes on a kind of by request basis. We used to be able to provide pack and plays for every single person that attended the safe sleep class. Unfortunately, since then, there has been some budget cuts. So we can't offer pack and plays, but that education is still so vital. So we do offer the safe sleep class. We try to offer it quarterly, but we can do it upon request as well. If you have a group interested, we are really, really working on trying to get more safe sleep education out in the community, especially Duval, because our rates are just so high. So please let me know and please contact me. I will drop my contact information in the chat. If you do have any group that you're interested in getting more safe sleep education, or if you know of a group that needs a little bit more safe sleep education. So this is our checklist. This goes over very basic, kind of the basics of what we talk about in class, placing babies on their back to sleep. I like to refer to it as the ABCs of safe sleep. So alone, on my back, and in my crib. Those are 3 kind of easy tips. So of course, sleep sacks, encouraging sleep sacks as well to avoid overheating the baby. And we do have that hospital-based education program as well. Now, bike pedestrian safety. This is another really, one of my favorite parts of the job actually, is fitting helmets on kiddos. So we have done, and we've had the privilege of doing a lot of helmet fitting events throughout most of the counties that we serve. And you can see some of the pictures here are some of the things that we've gone out and done. At the very bottom, we could see those 2 little ones where actually I had a nursing student volunteer, and her 2 kiddos got free helmets as well. Per our grant requirements, we just have to make sure they're fitted on the child properly, because a properly fitted helmet can reduce the risk of head injury by at least 45%. So I wanted to inform you all of our helmet program. So we do offer free bike helmets and helmet fittings at the center. So if you know anybody from 1 to 19 years old, they don't recommend, the AAP doesn't recommend putting a helmet on a child under 1. But after 1 and up to 19, we can absolutely assist. So please give us a call again. And if you're interested in throwing an event, sometimes we tag along to like a bike rodeo or a community event, and we're able to do this, just dependent on supply chain. So of course, we can also train people to be helmet fitters. So anybody that's interested in becoming a helmet trainer and a helmet fitter is very, very welcome to join, because it's such a great skill to have. And it's so rewarding to be able to know those kiddos are walking off just a little bit safer than when they came to you. So of course, those are some of our resources there as well. And then these are our school-based programs. So we have Take Action Against Distraction, which is basically distracted driving. We talk to teens about keeping those phones down, really staying focused, especially when they're walking too. Prior to driving, we kind of educate those 8th graders on distracted walking, because we see a lot of pedestrian collisions and pedestrian injuries as well. We also do over-the-counter medication safety, like I mentioned before. And we have a extensive dog bite prevention curriculum too. We've seen an uptick, and we always kind of see an uptick around the holidays when those families are kind of visiting other places and they have a lot of dogs coming to visit. Little kids don't know. They have no concept of danger. I'm sure if anybody has a little one here, they know those kids are invincible in their eyes. They expect the adults to be their eyes and ears and tell them if there's danger. So with dogs, it's very interesting seeing kind of the interaction between them. So this curriculum really makes it friendly and breaks it down so that nobody is villainized. The child's not wrong. The dog is not, they don't make them scared of the dog, which is really important. But it talks to them on how to properly treat a dog, right? How to approach a dog, and to always ask the owner for consent and to be able to pet the dog, because the owner knows the dog better than anybody else. So we do educate that, and we educate as young as pre-K on that. So, because they can start really young. And then we do water safety. We have the Safer 3, which we talk a lot about safer water, safer response. So a lot of great stuff with water safety too. Not only can we educate adults with all of these, but we can educate kids, which is really, really important. Finally, we also do youth mental health first aid classes, and we have on our sleeves at Wolfson Children's Hospital as well. On our sleeves is a program pretty much designed to give caregivers the tools to break down the stigma and the walls surrounding mental health, and to start those conversations early when they notice any changing signs and symptoms. And this is a much more extensive curriculum regarding the same topics. It's designed to teach adults who have those youth-facing roles in the community that helps children that are experiencing a mental health challenge. So we have trained a lot of people, and it's just such a rewarding thing to teach. This is our center. We're actually located off of Phillips Highway in Emerson. So we're kind of downtown in San Marco. But yeah, those are some of the programs that we offer. And then of course, at our center, we also have an extensive family links program, which we have a lot of resource navigators. They basically help anybody to connect them to children's health insurance. And they help with a lot of other things like food assistance, rental assistance. So tons of resources. And we have an asthma team in the hospital. So really, we are all advocating for children's health in every aspect, community-based as well as hospital-based. And we want to keep them safe in the home, in the car, on the road, anything. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me now.
Danielle, thank you so much. That was so much great information. As many of our participants aren't here local, how would they connect or learn about some of these resources in their own areas?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a lot of different Safe Kids branches. So what I would do also is look up the local Safe Kids Coalition in your area, and I can actually send you a list later on of the different branches of Safe Kids to see if those resources are near them. If not, we can always send tip sheets to them as well. And you know, it's very important to spread this information at other hospitals. So please feel free to reach out to me, and I can send you that resource list.
Oh, that would be great. I'll make sure that I share that on this link as well when we put up the video.
And I believe I actually have like a map of Florida, and it breaks it down by county and everything of which counties are covered by Safe Kids Coalition. So I'll send that after.
Thank you.
I had a question. Hi, I'm Gwen Lees. I live in Broward County, and I do a lot of volunteer work in all levels of the school system through the Broward School Board. I'm also a retired psychiatric nurse, and I'd be very interested in finding out more about how to get certified with that youth mental health first aid program.
Absolutely. I can share that with you. That is from I believe they're called the National Council for Wellbeing. I'll send that over as well to you, Allie, if that's okay, along with the list too. And I'll put some information about how to become certified to become a trainer.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's such a great, I actually taught that this morning. So we've been teaching quite a few classes. It's great to teach the community about this, and it's such an important topic.
Well, I know we have some new faces tonight, and we even have Division 20's DCM. So thank you guys for joining us. It's so nice to see so many faces, and Ms. Lentz is doing such a great job in your division. Did you guys have any questions or comments that you wanted to add? I know there's a lot of you. We can only see a few of you. I'm taking your silence as a good sign.
I absolutely love the program and that these resources are available. I foster in Palm Beach County, and just knowing that these resources are out there, not necessarily for foster parents, but when children are reunified, a lot of parents are economically challenged. And the idea of both the safe sleep and the car seat availability, that's huge, because some of the parents, they just don't have these things.
And I completely agree with you. And it's also just lack of knowledge of the resources because they're not spoken about enough, right? So being able to provide these resources and talking widely about them is the most important thing, because we want people to know they are supported, they have those resources. It's just tapping into them.
Well, everyone, thank you for taking the time to meet with us. Danielle, you went over so many great safety topics. I now feel like I have so many more questions from last week that you helped my group with. And my group is reaching out to get helmet certified as one of our activities within our division. So we're excited to do that and to learn a little bit more. As a follow-up to this, I will make sure that we send out the flyers and the link that Danielle provides. And this video will be available by the end of the month on, again, our YouTube and social media channels. So if no one has any other questions, again, thank you so much, Danielle. It was a great program tonight. And thank you everyone for joining us. Happy holidays to you. And we will see you in February of next year. Good night, everyone.